everybody, we're back. Episode 11. Woo! I love the number 11.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Because I like angel numbers. So 11 always just reminds me of an angel number. 11, 11. Yeah? Anyway, welcome back, guys. This is episode 11, and we have been running and gunning. We have been traveling. We did a personal little travel, just you and I.
Mm-hmm.
I've been traveling with the kids. It's been cuckoo bananas. And working out when we can.
Yeah. I'm exhausted.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You going to make it?
I am going to make it.
With lots of energy?
With lots of energy.
All right. We'll see. All right. Let's start off with our secret handshake. Speaking of secret handshake, we must be doing something right, guys. Okay. First of all, I know this sounds, I've always said, dude, whatever, when people bitch about their numbers. Right? And their views and stuff like that. Now, I'm not bitching. I'm just saying something's a little off because we, on average, we have a certain amount of numbers that we hit every week.
Sure.
Which is cool. It's like, all right, we're still slow and steady, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Mm-hmm. But the last 4 weeks after I got that email from YouTube saying something to the effect of like, I don't even remember. I have to go back and look at it. But it said something's off, but we're fixing it. And if your numbers look low, don't worry about it because we're going to fix it.
Sure.
And they haven't fixed it. And so every week that goes by, the numbers keep getting lower and lower and lower. So it could be that, or it could just be we're losing steam. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I don't care if we have one viewer. We're still going to do this shit because we started it for funsies. And we thought, hey, we wished we had this kind of information when we were growing up, or conversations that you feel like you can have, or create a safe space for kids and young adults, or anybody for that matter, who don't have parents or people that they can turn to or just kind of like talk to. You know what I mean?
Sure. I don't think I had all those thoughts in my mind when we were starting it.
No. Wait, I did.
No, I knew we were going to share information. I just didn't know the route we were going to take.
No, 100%. It's kind of changed.
Yeah, it's morphed into this pretty cool thing, which I've come to enjoy because as scared as I was to start it, with all the anxiety and stuff and not knowing what I was going to say, and if you guys aren't even going to listen or who cares, now I don't care. listen, don't listen. I'm having a good time. It's very therapeutic for me. Yeah. The messages I get is very therapeutic for me. It's all I feel like in my benefit, to be honest. Yeah. That's just how I feel because I feel like I'm growing personally big time.
Yeah. Well, and we've created our little ant army and I freaking love it, dude. All the DMs and stuff. And we're going to get into a few here.
Sure.
But I only bring that up because we might, even though the numbers are low, they're lower than they ever been since we started this, and that's okay. Because we got a hate comment the other day, and I'm like, the numbers are low, but we're getting hate comments. We're doing something right. Woo! And here's the thing: the person said something to the effect of, it was something like, "Oh, our comments. Someone must be in there. Our kids must be helping us and have fake accounts and are putting comments in our YouTube."
Yeah.
And I thought, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny. First of all, our kids don't have time to do that.
No. I don't even think our kids know we do this, to be honest. They're so freaking busy. They're like, they have no idea, I don't think.
No, and that's funny because I'm like, we were talking about it and I was like, dude, and I was sitting in the backseat because we went to lunch with our cousin-in-law, Mayo. We went to Long Beach State. Hold on. Peep the sweatshirt. Check it. I finally found one that says alumni on it. I'm so excited. They probably had them the whole time, but we just never went upstairs to the bookstore. But anyway, oh no, I think went to sleep. Dang it. But anyway, I was in the back seat because Tate was driving and Mayo was up front. And I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, listen to this hate comment. And then I read it and I was laughing because I was like, first of all, our kids, they don't have time to make a bunch of fake accounts and put these, these comments in there. That's number one. Number two, they would never do that for us. Not because they don't love us, but because we don't operate like that as a family. We don't have to be fake. We don't got to fake the funk. Like I'm literally we're being transparent. Our numbers are low right now on YouTube. But that's okay. And this is what they said. Something to the effect of, and I know your comments are fake because the engagement's so high. but your views are so low. And I go, our engagement's high. Woo! And I had just been saying that, and you were like, hey, go in and look at the, the comments or whatever. Yeah. So what do you have to say about that?
Nothing, just he thought he was getting us a dig. He thought he was getting us, but in actuality, what he said is a compliment. I think that's what I read.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
He's complimenting us because he is right.
Yeah,
those numbers don't make sense.
Yeah,
but it is the truth. So
yeah, exactly.
So thank you for that compliment. I appreciate that.
No, they do make sense, and here's why. Because our little ant army always engage. They always talk about. What I'm saying is, like some of the people who view our numbers, when our numbers were higher, they may not be part of the ant army. They may have just stumbled across and they watched it and they're like, oh yeah, and they had something to add.
No, I'm not saying it's not real. It is real. All I'm saying is statistically. Yeah, like when you're looking at numbers, it's especially off. It doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah. And so be it, man. We're freaking changing the game, I guess.
Yeah.
So, right?
Well, and here's what I know. I'm a momager of 2 social media influencers, right? And you're around everything. I tell you everything what's going on. And nowadays, it's not about the views. No, it's about the engagement. Yeah. So that's what's up, bitches. Our little ant army. Keep commenting. We love it. Yeah. And this is also the reason why I brought this up is because this is for all of you guys out there who want to try stuff or want to do social media. Just do it. Yeah. Don't worry about the numbers because you know what's going to happen? You're going to just do it because for the love of it. Sure. And you're going to participate in it and you're going to just make the videos and you're going to post them and one day they're going to take off. Or slowly but surely, they're going to start taking off. Yeah, because if you got to think about it, man, all the people in the world that have access to this, and then there's something for somebody. There's something for somebody that's interested. There's some way we can relate that's interested. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we're all human, you know, and that's the way humans work. I believe. Well, not everybody likes the same thing. No, but right? There's got to be. You'll find a connection. So in other words, even though you feel like you're not going to get the engagement or whatever. Or the likes or the views, someone's gonna find you that's gonna like what you have. Yeah, and it's interesting because there's so many people in the world. That's why I say that. Well, I want to dovetail on that with you. Literally just said when we first started this, I didn't know if anybody was gonna watch it. Yeah, I didn't know if anybody. You were so worried about what? Yeah, about critics and rejection and waste of time and looking stupid and making fun of, and then a guy puts. Hate comments and how's that going to make me feel? Well, guess what? It doesn't make me feel like anything. I don't care. In fact, if you're listening, because I know you are, because you're a fan. Yeah. We made fun of you. Yeah, it's all and we laughed at your other comments too. And then I made one more comment, and then we never heard from him again. And that's okay. Hey, man, whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. So here's why I brought that up. One, for transparency, because we have these things too. I mean, we're old as Jesus over here, and I'm still like, because, I'm behind the scenes looking at the numbers, and I'm like, what am I doing? This started out as a fun project, and it was kind of like an outlet for us, and it was our way of giving back, right? And so our way of giving back is being here for you guys and talking about things that you guys can relate to. Exactly. We got so much engagement on the micro petties. Yeah, it was huge. To this day, we're still getting stuff. I know. So the views don't make sense, but the engagement makes sense to me. And they are interested. So funny. You guys are so funny. I know people are so hilarious. I can't believe how funny people are. And the way you guys give back to us by engaging and being funny or giving or telling us your heartfelt stories or some of the pain you're going through, that helps us and makes us feel good. Yeah. So not that you're in pain, but like you get what I'm saying. That you're coming to us and sharing and feeling comfortable enough with us to share these things. So today's episode is we are going to talk about 10 things that a lot of you guys go through, and it's all about relationships. Yeah. So today's a relationship episode, and it's all about whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, a family ship. Yeah, family. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's all of those things combined. And I know at least one of these, because I pulled 10 quotes that I thought were so, I don't know, what's the word? Poignant? Could be it. They were so powerful you guys, we related to all 10 of them. So if we did, I know you guys will too. And I want you guys to listen to these with an open heart. And I want you guys to know that whatever it is that you're going through, whatever, if it's trauma, drama, just ups and downs with a loved one, just know that you're not alone. Because these quotes are really going to hit home to at least one of them will. I promise you that. But before we get into that, I want to continue our, consistency of reading a couple of DMs that we got. And we'll address them here. Okay. Or talk about them.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I was ready to get into the topic.
I know.
And then you, I was like, what happened? It's too fast, babe. You're switching gears too fast. I can't catch up. You're going to lose me, bro.
Okay, hold on.
You're going to lose me, man. I don't know if you saw my face. I was like, what the fuck?
I did. But
what's happening right now?
I did, but I pretended not to see it.
Okay.
Okay. I know. I was telling Tanya at the gym today, my ADHD is off the charts today. So please bear with me. Be patient with me today. Okay, we're gonna do the DMs and then we'll get into our relationship talk. Okay. Yeah. All right. The first one is from Danelle. What a pretty name. And Danelle wrote, "You guys should go live on Wednesdays for some of our stories or ideas for your podcast. I think it would be awesome to interact live with you guys. I don't think you understand how loved and appreciated you are. I love listening to your podcast. It's the first podcast I listened to on Thursday. I also think it would be so cool to have somewhere to have fans send you fan mail from a day one aunt, and then they hashtagged Aunt Army, and then they hashtagged AF5 Aunt Fam. I love that. Okay, that's gonna go on the merch list. We're jotting down ideas on how we can make merch.
Did you see the comment from last week's episode? It's similar to this one. I forgot what the comment was, but at the end she said, "Hey, by the way, been an ant follower since day one." Did you read that one? And anyone who isn't following is like, "Why are you even here?" You know
I didn't see that one.
They mentioned something like that. It was really good.
That's awesome.
I wish I would have remembered who wrote it, but.
Did you see? Or I think I read you the one that said, I forget the whole quote, or the whole DM, but at the end it said, "Oh, and by P.S. What was it? Lil Ant should be a rapper's name. Would be a great rapper's name." If that was you, drop a comment. If you said Lil Ant would be a great rapper's name, we're gonna trademark that and we're gonna make a T-shirt out of it. It said Lil Ant with like a little rapper ant on the front of it. That's freaking funny, dude. You see, I can't stand you guys. You're too fucking funny. So good. Okay, so that's not bad. A Wednesday live. I'm not sure why Wednesday.
Maybe because it's middle of the week.
Midweek. Maybe
something to look forward to.
Maybe. Or I'm thinking a Thursday live, and here's why. Because Tuesdays, Two Idiot Girls, Wednesdays are the comment section, Thursdays are the AF5. So maybe we just do a live on the day our, that new podcast that episode is released.
Okay.
Maybe. If you guys would like us to do a live, let us know.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments. Okay. So thank you, Danelle. That was awesome. This one is from Mad Mads. And this person said, Hello, Internet's parents. My name is Mads. I've been wanting to reach out and say thank you for a while, but I don't think I have the words to express how much your messages and stories have resonated and helped me over the past couple of seasons, which, oh my gosh. Okay. I am currently working full-time and getting my master's degree. Congratulations on that. Love it.
Good for you.
When I was listening to your financial advice, not advice for legal reasons, which is funny because I kept saying that because I'm paranoid about stuff like that. I was at the gym and I kept wishing I had a way to take notes. I was wondering if you would allow me to make a physical booklet or an interactive site that goes along with your podcast. My master's is in instructional design and technology, and while listening to your ideas for classes from the 213 episode, I wanted to offer my skills to help you make those, or even just episodes more tangible for fans. I would love to make a sample booklet for the financial episode to send to you if that's okay, or something you'd consider. Whether it's a hard copy of what advice you've given in the podcast or an actual course, I'd love to help. It's so clear you two are passionate about sharing your experience to help others, and I'd love the opportunity to develop tools to assist you. I love that.
Dang.
Here's why I read that. Because our little ant army are so talented. There's artists, there's
Sure.
instructional design and technology folks. Me counting on my fingers, I don't even know what that means. And there's so many of you guys that are so talented. I love this so much. I'm not sure if we would want a booklet to go over the. Here's my thought. When I first read this, I thought, would it be like a picture book? Because that would be really cool. And here's why. I'm not trying to dumb it down.
Sure.
I'm not trying to dumb down the financial stuff, but finances are boring. And if we had it in a picture book that's fun and that actually showed like what we talked about in a super simple way, I think people would dig that. I would.
It's simple.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Right?
It's not too, not, it's not boring.
It's not boring.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Finance is boring. Sorry, it is.
It's boring and it's also triggering because people who grew up with no instruction on how to make money, save money, invest money, it's triggering. It's like, oh, I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You know what I mean? So, Mad Mads, let us have a think on that. Let us noodle around. If you like the idea of doing maybe a cartoony kind of book, that's super, a booklet or something that's super easy to understand, and makes it fun and interesting to actually look at, and can be evergreen, meaning you can actually show a kindergartner that and it would be like, oh my gosh, that's easy to understand. Or maybe not a kindergartner, that's too low. But like, an 8th grader, right? Something like that that's easy, especially because there's so many beginners out there. And I'm talking beginners that are in their 60s. They just never learned about money. So let us have a think on that. And then the Little Ant Army, weigh in. Would you guys want Mad Mads to make something like that available to you guys? So let us know.
Yeah.
All right?
It sounds pretty cool.
No, it sounds super cool. Okay, this one is from Wesleyan Fernandez. This person said, "Hi, Noelle and Tate. You are both so amazing, and I love the pod. You both help me in ways words can't begin to describe." And in parentheses, they put, "Well, I could, but we'd be here all day." Just wanted to let you both know that in the Two Idiot Girls Discord, there is a new section labeled, and it has a heart, and it says, "For Drew, dedicated to all us sharing the ways you and the girls have helped us all." There are some very sweet messages in there. Just wanted to give you a heads up in case you ever had a bad day and need extra love.
Oh, wow.
Love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Thanks again. I'm eternally grateful for the gift of your existence. Ah!
That's awesome. Thank you.
Don't make me cry.
Thank you for sharing that.
Freaking cute. And Wesleyan, first of all, kick-ass name.
Yeah.
Secondly, I did not know that was in the Discord. Man, when Two Idiot Girls, when Daisy and Drew launched their Discord, I was in that motherfucker every day, and I was talking to all kinds of people, and it was really fun. And then life, right? Everything got busy. So I did not know that was in there until I saw this. So thank you for sharing that with us. You bet your sweet ass after this pod, we're both going to go look at it. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Anyway, there were so many more DMs, but I grabbed those ones. Super fun, and you guys are the fucking best. We love you guys so much. So to tie up what I was talking about at the beginning, who cares about what our views look like? We get DMs like that. We get comments. Like, you guys are just so engaging, and you have how we have helped you. You like, it goes right back to us.
It's been reciprocated.
It just
tenfold, and I every comment I feel it. You know, especially when people say they want to do stuff for us. I'm like, that's the last thing I want you to do. But if, you know what I mean? It's cool. I appreciate your offering, but I just want you to listen and have a good time when you listen to us.
And let us know if there's something you want us to cover. Sure. You know?
Yeah. Although I do appreciate, I'm not saying I don't appreciate those things that they offer to make, like that girl saying, "I want to make a booklet."
Oh, no, I know. Like, well, we didn't say no.
Yeah. No, but I was saying, I'm not asking for that stuff.
Okay, already. Just receive it. Okay, here's another thing we talked about, you guys. Tate is so like, I'm not asking for anything, or I'm like, someone says, "Oh, you're like really good at doing something," and he goes, "Oh, well," and he'll self-deprecate immediately. And I'm like, stop doing that. You have to receive the compliments.
I am.
Okay. Well, don't justify it by saying, "I didn't ask for any of this stuff." You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
So here, we've talked about this before, but if you're new here, we always talk about complete the circle.
Sure.
Okay. Sure. Half of the circle is someone giving the compliment. The other half is you receiving it. Or they're giving you a gift. You receive the gift. Whatever it is, if someone's giving, then you receive it.
Sure.
And that's completing the circle. That creates really good fortune in the universe, and the universe will bless you with more of that stuff. But when you go, oh yeah, well, I'm so guilty of it too. I'm a lot better now, but before, like, oh, what a cute outfit you have on. I'm like, oh, it's Target, it's sale, like it's no big deal. It was not that big a deal. Or you give a gift and you're like, before they open it, you're like, oh, it's not that big a deal. Wasn't that expensive? And like just complete the circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
We're going to write that down. That's going to be another t-shirt. Complete the circle. So anyway, okay. So I already warned you, my ADHD,
You said it right.
self-proclaimed is off the charts today. So we're going to get right back into this relationship podcast today, this episode. And it has to do with everything under the sun. But I'm going to read some quotes and then we're going to talk about them. Okay. Okay. The first one is, sometimes people pretend you're a bad person so they don't feel guilty for how they treated you. What do you think about that?
It's true, and it's sad.
Okay, moving on.
No. I just because it's sad because that does happen, and it happens a lot in a lot of relationships.
I know.
I can say I'll be honest, for myself, it hasn't happened to me. I thank God for that, but I know people that it has happened to, and how devastating it is.
Yeah.
Because they're thinking one thing and it's obviously another. And,
yeah. Well, you know who, and I completely, nice, must be nice. No one's ever done that to you. People do that to me all the time. Stop. No, it's true. Not anymore. But when I was growing up, you guys, and where does it start? In the home. For me anyway. Right? Adults in my life would like insinuate, maybe they might not have said you're a bad, well, they've done that too, but most of the time it's not that you're a bad person. It's things that kind of circulate that and insinuate that you're a bad person because you did something wrong. But the people that pretend you're a bad person because they are projecting onto you.
Sure.
Right? So they feel a certain type of way. Or like if you're doing great and they're not, they're going to project on you and they're going to make you feel like a bad person. We were just talking about this the other day about how I only have 2 people outside of immediate family, of course. 2 people that I can legit talk to and tell them all the great things our kids are doing. And it's not because I'm bragging. It's because I'm proud and I want to share that with someone.
Sure.
My proudness, right? Like, I'm so proud of our kids. I only have 2 people that I can legit call and say, oh my God, guess what? Sure. Guess what happened today? And tell them something fucking amazing. Like, for instance, Drew, hosting the Oscars, let's say, right? Because that was the most recent thing. I can legit call Evelyn and Tanya and just talk about how excited I am. And they will never, ever make me feel like I'm bragging, or trying to make them feel bad. That's just one example.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm rethinking what I said earlier.
I love the self-reflection.
You know what I mean? Because I'm 52 years old, man. Yeah. It has had to have happened to me.
I can,
you know what I mean?
I can count at least 5 things I know that.
Oh, you already know.
Yeah.
Please share.
That's why I was like, did I misread that? I don't know. Well, I can't share because I just can't because the people that I know have made you feel like that.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I think I know what you're talking about, and I understand. And I think the reason why I said that first because I was right away. I'm thinking romantic relationships.
Oh,
that's what I was thinking.
But remember at the beginning, before my ADHD kicked in?
I do.
It's family, friends, coworkers, your boss.
Any kind of relationship.
Romantic, yeah.
Any kind, yes.
Yeah, it's any kind of relationship.
Yeah. So then I lied earlier.
Yeah, no, you didn't lie. You weren't connecting the dots. Yeah. You didn't lie, honey. No, but what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm like, oh, it's okay. I'm just jumping to your defense.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
But the reason why I grabbed this quote is because how many times have you guys been made to feel like you're a bad person, or you question how good of a person you are?
Yeah.
Am I a bad person?
Yeah.
How come this happened?
Yeah. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because someone or some people ganged up on you and made you feel like an asshole, and that's because they feel inadequate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In their own lives, or they're miserable, or whatever the case may be, they're projecting onto you.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you. It's all them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we want you to do is take a step back and assess the situation for what it really is. Are you a bad person?
Yeah.
Because guess what? Here's what I do know. A bad person will never question if they're a bad person. They will fucking fight on the hill and tell you, I'm not a bad person.
Yeah.
I'm not a bad person.
Yeah.
But if you are thinking, shit, am I a bad person?
I don't think you are.
You are not. No, not think. I know you are not a bad person.
Sure.
Okay. You are an awesome person because you're like, shit, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
I don't want to. What did I do?
Because you're asking yourself those questions.
Bad people don't do that.
No. They stick to their guns.
They just go, what the fuck's wrong with all you guys?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I bring that up because let me read this quote one more time. Sometimes people pretend you're a bad person so they don't feel guilty for how they treated you. Right? So they're treating you a certain way. You stand up, you say something, and then they go, "Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Are you in a bad mood?" And you're like, "Wait, no."
Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, the ultimate gaslight. Right? And they'll flip it on you because they don't want you to know that they're treating you bad.
Yeah, because it's them. Something's
Exactly.
wrong with them. Something's
Exactly.
bothering them. It's not what you did or didn't do or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So that's number one. Here's the second quote. Stay away from people who act like a victim in a problem they created. So it's almost like the first one.
Sure.
Right? But instead of them
Projection.
making you
Yeah.
feel like a bad person, they're like victimizing themselves. Do
Themselves.
you guys ever know anybody like that?
Oh,
Always playing the victim.
I do.
Always playing the victim. And you know where it starts? In elementary school. That teacher didn't like me. That's why I got a bad grade.
Would
Always a victim.
I'm not no way near qualified to teach this subject or whatever, but I'm thinking, would that be someone from a younger age of seeking attention?
I mean, that could be part of
Could be
it.
part of it.
Yeah.
Could that be someone like
I know
that?
a family member right now on my side of the family who does it for attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's one on your side too. Actually, there's a
there's
handful.
more,
Anyway. Yeah. So how many of you guys out there know a friend, a family member, a coworker who's like, ugh, ugh. No, they don't like me because I'm so talented and pretty. Always the victim mentality, right?
Yeah.
But in this situation, what this quote is, they're acting like a victim in a problem they created.
Yeah.
So they'll stand 10 toes down until someone flips it and goes, "What the fuck are you talking about? This, and this." And they're like, "Oh, well, I mean, why are you talking me?
Yeah.
Like, I always feel like you don't listen to me. You know what I mean?" They immediately turn on the victimhood.
They like don't have any more. They don't have any more ammo. Huh?
Yeah.
They're out of ammo.
Yeah.
So
And then they're like, "I feel faint."
they retreat.
Oh my gosh, you know who did that? When we watched that, or maybe I think I watched it by myself. Apple cider
Apple cider vinegar.
vinegar. Yeah. And when she was gonna get called on her bullshit, she fainted and then pretended to have convulsions.
Yeah.
Whatever. Victimhood. That's the ultimate. That's the dramatic side of it. Yeah. But do you guys know anybody that's always like nothing's their fault?
Yeah.
Nothing's their fault. They're always a victim, but they created the fucking problem in the first place.
begin with, yeah.
And now it's coming back around to bite them in the ass. It's kind of like the political landscape right now. Some people voted one way and they're like, "Ugh, my Social Security is getting taken away." Now they're the victim. Bitch, you voted for that. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Yeah. Always playing the victim. So stay away from those people.
Yeah, they're bad.
Those people are bad news bears.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you know someone, and it's okay, you can still love, if they're family members, you can still love on them. Stay away from them. Don't hang out with them.
I know you know this too. I know you'll know this too. Is those kind of people give off a certain vibe. You can feel it, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you have conversations with them.
Yeah.
You could tell.
They're exhausting.
I know.
And then all you're thinking, if you're like me, you're just you go into a daze and you're just going, and I'm immediately disassociated.
Yeah. Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk to this guy.
If I have to see them,
Yeah.
it's very short and sweet, and then I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Exactly. It's like I talk kind of mean a little bit too.
You can never be mean.
No, but like
You're just very short.
Yes, short.
Yeah.
Yeah. I describe it as mean, but it doesn't come out that way. To me, it's mean, but it doesn't come out that way. But it's like one answer and just kind of like turn like I'm done. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to be like I don't want to be too rude, but I really want to just turn my back. And,
I know.
You know what I mean?
I've seen you do it. It's pretty awesome, guys, because it never happens, especially in public. And when it does, it's like a unicorn, right? You're like, I love that about you because it doesn't come out. Mine comes out all the time, but
I haven't done it in a long time.
you haven't. No.
No, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to think
Good.
on that. I'm gonna have to think on that because I don't know. Maybe you have. We'll see. Okay.
No, you're gonna turn it on. That's what you're gonna do. You're going, oh yeah, he hasn't done it in a while.
I'm gonna egg you on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Press
Here's
the button. Press the button.
I'm not pressing buttons yet. Give me some time. Let me cook. Let me cook. Okay. This one, the third one says, oh, this is such a good one. Stop being the one who always makes the effort. Relax and let that ship sink. God damn, that's good. That's so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I read that, I started to relax instantly.
Yeah. You can read it and be exhausted too, because it's exhausting when you think about it.
I know.
Because the things you do, I've done it. I've been in that situation where I did it.
Oh, 100%.
I did it. And then someone's saying, what the fuck are you doing, man? I go, I can't stop.
I know.
You know?
Because you're a good person.
Yeah.
Right? So this kind of, all of these are intertwined, you guys.
Yeah. Big
So
time.
this goes back to like the people who like act like a victim, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you're the one who is always setting up lunches,
Mm-hmm.
calling the other person to check in on them, sending them funny memes, and you don't get any response back, and you're always trying, then you stop trying, and then they play the victim. Why don't you invite me anymore? You know what I mean? So stop being the one who always makes the effort. If that ship's gonna sink, dude, pull back, relax, and watch.
Yeah.
And if it sinks, it was meant to be.
Yeah, it's gonna sink.
Yeah.
It's gonna it like there's nothing you can do about it, in other words.
Yeah.
You gotta let it go.
Let it do its thing.
Yeah.
And if it stays afloat, then that's 1 out of 10,
Sure.
right? But 9 times out of 10, that shit's gonna sink.
It's gonna sink.
And guess what? It's gonna sink. It's not your fault.
No, yeah,
You are a
exactly.
good person, and you're protecting your peace.
Yeah, exactly. It has nothing to do with you why it sank.
Yeah.
So don't take that personally.
Yeah.
Right? Because you did your thing. You tried.
Yeah.
You honestly were the one trying to do everything, right? And then it's exhausting, right? And then it's frustrating, right? And then you start losing relationships. So what's supposed to, you just let it go, man.
Yeah. Or a particular relationship, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And if you talk about a romantic relationship in this regard, let it sink,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Don't waste no
Let
time.
that
Yeah.
bitch sink, because you constantly making the effort, every time you do that, chips away at your soul. Then you start to doubt. Then you start to lose your confidence, right? So in a romantic relationship, it's got to go both ways.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to be 50-50? No
Never.
fucking way.
Never.
We can attest to that. Our 25 years being married will be on April 7th,
Yes.
right? And we've been through it.
It's
And
never been.
It's
50,
never been 50-50, huh?
Ever.
Yeah.
It never is. Never will be 90-10 sometimes.
Yeah.
80-20 sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
it's never 50-50.
No.
So my point in saying that is stop being the one who always makes the effort. And then you'll see what happens. Have you ever seen those moms like on like TikTok or whatever? They're like, yeah, I'm going on strike. I mean, they've done sitcoms about it. I'm going on fucking strike because nobody appreciates me. I'm the one always making the effort.
they shut it down at the house.
So they shut it down. They stop. Where's my food?
Where's my lunch?
I can think of one movie in particular, Bad Moms. Remember when Mila Kunis finally said, fuck it, let it ride. I'm not making your goddamn breakfast. I'm not doing your projects. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. And then they're like, what are we supposed to eat? She's all like doing the walk of shame, fucking hungover, eating nachos in the morning. And she's like, figure it out. That's what I'm talking about, right? Pull back, let that shit sink. If it needs to sink, it needs to sink. So romantic, friendships, whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case.
Yeah?
Yeah, because last thing you want is dragging a freaking heavy, like dragging weight behind you.
Cut
like,
that dead weight,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah. That's the last thing you want. You know what I mean? You want to be happy. You want to be joyful. You want to have meaningful relationships, right? You want to have like exciting conversations. You don't want no dead weight. You don't want one that doesn't reciprocate. You don't want
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you when you take a step back, you think, has that person, well, all the shit I've done for this person or people, it could be your fucking kids, dude, like Mila Kunis, right? If you take a step back and go, has this person or people, have they done any of these things that I always do for them? If the answer is no, time to relax.
Right.
Relax and let it sink.
Yeah.
If they've done some of them or whatever, but you're still not filling your cup, have a conversation.
Yeah. Yes. Because you also have to understand they're not like you. They're not going to give like you, but they'll give. And the person that does in return knows that person. Hey, that's how they give.
Yeah.
This is how I give. That's our 50-50 relationship. And that's my understanding.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, not 50-50.
Well,
No relationship is ever 50-50.
No. I say it, but it's not a 50-50. But it's my understanding of our relationship.
Sure.
Just like your understanding of me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like the way I do birthdays, for instance, is not the way he does it.
No.
Polar opposites.
Polar opposite.
But we understand that we have a mutual understanding. So I don't feel like I'm always the one doing everything. Right. But in your guys' case, if the answer is they don't do shit for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Then have a conversation. And if that person gets offended, we're going to go back to number one, circle back to number one. People pretend you're a bad person so they don't feel guilty for how they treated you. See how that works? See how I did that? Right? It all ties back together. Yeah. So make sure you're not the only one always making the effort. All right? Because you are a good person because you're doing the effort. So if you ever doubt, am I a bad person because I'm asking for a little bit of effort? No, you're not. No, you're not. We're here to tell you you're not. You're a great person. Okay.
And if you're asking for it, that means you're not getting it.
Yeah. And if you're questioning yourself, if you're a bad person, you're not a bad person. Okay. The next one says, and this one made me tear up when I saw it. Be grateful that you slipped through the hands of people who had no idea how to hold you.
Oh, sheesh. Ooh. Could that be more of a relationship one? Or
a romantic one?
Yeah.
It could be anything.
That's true.
Your parents could have been so shitty to you. And guess what? You went no contact. And you know what? That's okay because they didn't know how to hold you. Right? And maybe you found us. We know how to hold you. Come in for a hug. Right? We're going to do a bear hug. Right? It could be a friend. They were just a bunch of assholes, always taking. You were giving. And then you guys went no contact. And guess what? Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Because now you don't have that stress anymore.
Anymore.
Oh my gosh. I had a client. I just fired a client yesterday. He's been telling me to fire him for probably a year.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's been making my life a living hell. And then he would make me feel like I'm incompetent in what I do. And I know I'm fucking not. But you know, when you think they're your friend and then they become your client and then you're like, oh, and you're bending over backwards. He's not paying me to do the shit I'm doing for him and going above and beyond. If he went to any other agency, they would be like, yeah, that's going to be $250 an hour. And I did it out of the kindness of my heart for a really, really, really long time. And I had it yesterday. And then I basically, in a really nice way, said, yeah, we're not a good fit anymore. Go ahead and find someone else. And I have not slept that good last night, even with your snoring. So good last night. I had the best night's sleep ever. That's and you know why? I cut it, right?
Let go of that dead weight.
Yeah, exactly.
Let that ship sink.
Exactly. And I'm grateful that I slipped through the hands. Yeah. That guy did not know how to hold me as his, consultant.
Yeah.
So it could be a work relationship, any kind of relationship. You know what I mean?
So good.
That made me that made my heart full. You know what I mean? When I read that.
Yeah.
And just be grateful. So like if you're going through a breakup right now, let's say, whether it's a friendship or a romantic, right? You're going through and you're pining over this person, let's say.
Yeah.
And but we were so good.
Sure.
Until you weren't. Right? And you're mourning the loss of the friendship or relationship that you had before things went south.
Yeah.
You're mourning that person. You're not mourning the person that they are now and how they're treating you now.
Which is why you're not together now.
Exactly. So find gratefulness. If you operate from a place of gratefulness, you'll get better faster.
Yeah.
Right?
It's hard.
It's really hard. But man, just be grateful. Like when people break up and they tell me about it and I go, dude, first thing I always say, dodge a bullet. And then I tell them all the things I didn't like about them. You guys have those friends? I'm that friend. And you know why? Because I'll support you and be your biggest fucking cheerleader the whole way through, even though I know it's wrong. I'll tell you, hey man, this and this. Oh no, it's because they love me. All right. And I'll still I'll be your ride or die.
Yeah.
And as soon as because I can't make that decision. You have to make that decision. So when they cut it, finally, I'm like, first thing, they're like, okay, I finally broke up. And I'm all, dodge a bullet. That's my first thing. Every fucking time. Right? So be grateful. Yeah. Right? Be grateful because the universe and your ancestors had to slap you in the face with that breakup in order for you to wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where the pain comes in because you weren't listening to anybody else or anything else until that happened.
Sure.
Right? Okay. Next one. This one's, they're all so good. Manipulation is when they focus on how you reacted instead of how they treated you. Now, think about that. Has anyone gotten mad at you because you had feelings about a certain way they treated you?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to talk to you. Okay. Hey, you hurt my feelings when you said this. Oh my God. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? You're like, wait, what? What happened here? And then all of a sudden you feel bad. And now you're consoling them when they hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
You guys ever have people like that in your life?
Yeah.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. Right? That's called manipulation.
Mm.
They're manipulating you. They're emotionally blackmailing you, basically. And it's so awful.
I know that I don't like that. That's just the thought of it, because I want to say it sounds calculated.
Yeah.
It sounds like,
because it is.
yeah, and it's off. That's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful. And I'm not saying it's never happened to me. It's happened to me.
Yeah.
And the way it made me feel was horrible. I'm trying to think if I've done it myself. Just trying to be honest. You know?
I can tell. I'm being honest. I have.
I think I have.
In my early days. Because you feel dumb. You feel embarrassed.
I don't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
And the thought of that makes me feel sick to my stomach.
But you know what? Let me rephrase that though.
Yeah.
In your case, because I know you're a goddamn saint.
No.
Listen, in your case, it's not manipulation. Intentional manipulation. Sure. It's just like you get embarrassed and immediately go on the defense.
Yeah.
And then the person you're on the defense with goes, "Oh my gosh, like, wait, what did I do?"
Yeah.
So I know it's not intentional on your part, but you have to know that you do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And admit it.
Can we talk about Vegas?
Huh?
Can we talk about dinner at Vegas?
Sure.
When we're eating hamburgers?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is a perfect example, guys. Are you sure? If not, we'll cut it out.
Huh?
I said, are you sure?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. It's fine.
Okay.
Because I was wrong the way I acted, and I admitted it. Well, the bottom line is I licked my fingers, and then Noelle said, "Hey, don't lick your fingers. That's so disgusting." Right?
Okay, wait, pause. I didn't say that. I said, don't lick your fingers. That's all I said.
No, you said that's so disgusting.
I didn't say, you said that, not me. I didn't say that, sweetie.
Anyways, she said that. Whether she said that or that, it doesn't matter. The way it made me feel was everyone said it in that whole entire restaurant, and everyone was looking at me. That's how it made me feel when she said that. And then I reacted pissed. Yeah. And it was not a good. I don't know. It was stupid what I said. I can't remember what I said, but
he's getting sad about it again.
But then right after I said it, I felt stupid. I felt stupid. And then I saw how it affected her. And I kept trying to tell her that I was sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I know I said it, but I didn't mean to say it because now I feel stupid. You know, because the whole restaurant didn't say it. Only Noelle said it. And it's not the first time Noelle has said it. I've heard it numerous times. So the reaction didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Because you would think, I've heard it numerous times. You would think I'd be, oh yeah, I am, because it is disgusting. Don't lick your fucking hands, but your fingers. But
you guys, in my defense, I said, because he was putting all his fingers, and I said, ew. This is what I did say. Ew. I said, ew. Don't lick your fingers. That's what I said. Then you said after, because then I just went quiet because he was being really rude. And then I said, "Why? Like, what's the big deal? Like, why did you act like that?" And he's like, "Oh." And then I felt like everybody was saying it to me and everybody could hear. Yeah. And I said, "Well, I'm sorry I made you feel like that. I didn't mean to say." And he goes, "Well," and then you made it. I got embarrassed because it sounded like I'm disgusting. So I never said the word disgusting. No. I just said, "Ew, don't lick your fingers." Anyway,
it doesn't.
The whole point is that we communicated through it. Yeah. And then we were fine. Yeah. And then we were drinking cocktails and laughing.
Yeah, it was not a big deal. To relive it is a big deal right now because it was stupid.
Oh, it's okay.
You know what? But I just want to be honest and talk about it, which is fine. That's why when you mentioned it, I was like, what the fuck? But I was like, yeah, talk about it because we're just talking about these things right now in relationships, and it does relate. Yeah. So you have to talk about it. So yeah, at first I was like, no, don't talk about it. But then whatever. Yeah. I don't mind sharing because I was wrong.
And going back to this, focus on how the person focused on how you reacted instead of how they treated you. Mm-hmm. So when I got upset, like, what was that? Mm-hmm. Then he got even more mad because you know what I mean? So that's what this is. But it's not manipulation on your part because you didn't do it to some people do it on purpose. You didn't do that on purpose. That was just like a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, it was like, like when you're like, I can, the way I can describe it is when I'm a kid with my cousin and he says, ew, you lick your fingers, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then you're all pissed. Like, what do you say?
Yeah.
That's the kind of the emotion.
No, I know.
I guess. Like in that,
I experienced it. I saw you unfold.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I mean, unravel.
But it was stupid. I felt so stupid after because I'm 52 years old and I should be licking my fingers because it is disgusting. You know what I mean? So and there it is.
Well, all that to say, like if they're doing it intentionally a lot and they're manipulating you and making you feel bad because they made you feel bad and your reaction to them they don't like, stay away from those kind of people.
Yeah, it's not,
or draw a boundary.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know there's a lot of you out there that are going through this right now. We've been through it. We were semi through it a couple days ago in Vegas. But when you have good communication skills, like literally 5 minutes later, we were fine. We were laughing, having a good time. Right? Okay. Next up, we have one that says, oh, this one's good too. Nothing hurts more than your favorite person turning into a life lesson.
Oh shit.
Oh boy, do I have stories for you.
Shit. You had a lot of best friends, huh?
I have a lot of ex-best friends. And we were talking about that. How come when we have a really good friend or friends and then a couple years down the line, we're not friends with them anymore?
Yeah.
And we don't have these big falling outs.
No.
We just kind of stop talking to each other.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, either on their end or on our end. And we have reasons. I'm sure they have reasons. But, we have a couple of people like that. Like I told you, one of my former friends, I was 8 months pregnant. She wanted me to go to a house party.
Sure.
And I told her no. And she's like, well, this pregnancy is not fun for me anymore. And I go, was it? Was it supposed to be? What did I miss?
Sure.
So those kind of people who you love the most, when they turn into a life lesson, hurts. Those ones hurt, dude.
Yeah, because you always remember them.
Yeah.
And you always think about them. And then you're always like, man, I wonder what they're up to.
Or, man, we had such good times.
We had fun. That was so much fun.
So much fun.
Yeah.
You're in love with the old person.
Yeah, it's not them anymore.
It's not them anymore.
Yeah, and I think we've had plenty of those. Maybe you guys have had them too. I think they're just a story of us going to the next
like
part.
A chapter in your book.
Yeah. I think or shit, man. I feel like I'm leveling up. To be honest with you,
sometimes you outgrow people.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Yeah. And the last couple friends, for sure we outgrew them. We didn't think that way.
No.
But they did, and they felt some type of way.
Sure.
When someone's leveling up and you're stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
Or your friend is stuck in a rut, and then they start projecting on you. That's not your fault.
No.
That's none of your business. That's their shit to deal with.
Yeah.
And don't dim your light.
Yeah. I'm not sure how it happens or what, but I know it happens because it happened to us quite a few times. But the only way I can understand it is I feel like we're just going to the next level.
Yeah, but these people, whether it's a partner, you got a divorce or whatever, your favorite person becomes your life lesson. Man, those ones hurt the worst because you know what? My guess, if it's anything like ours, is you saw the signs and you didn't want to look at them. And you're like, nah, you gave him a hall pass. Or not a hall pass, a pass.
Well, because you've been in this relationship for a minute.
Well, because you love him.
And exactly.
Yeah.
You bonded. Exactly.
And you just like, it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're good people.
Sure.
Right? So when your favorite person becomes your life lesson, just know you're not alone. That shit is probably the hardest thing ever in your lifetime. But like Tate was saying, that's just, hey, we're turning the page, dude. It's a new chapter.
Yeah.
It's a new chapter, and there's so much more ahead of you.
Many more people to meet and interact with and have relationship with.
Find love. Yeah. I was just talking to Dacian day before yesterday. And she was like, yeah, and I feel like I got to get this done and this done, like life's work, right? And I said, pause. Why do you talk like you're a 100-year-old lady on your deathbed? You're like, oh, my life is over. Like, and she's not doing that, but she's just like, oh, I'm so late in life. And I go, what's so late in life? You're fucking 31, dude.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Your life's just getting started.
No.
So much more ahead of you. And when I put it into that perspective for her, she was like, oh my God, you're right. You know what I mean? We're just talking about career stuff, choices, this, that, whatever. And it was really fucking cool to see her eyes light up. Like, oh my gosh. I go, but you know what? Dason has always been like that.
Yeah.
Since she was like, I don't know, 5 years old. What am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
Like, wait, what? You know, she was always the worry wart.
Yeah.
You know? So, where was I going with that? ADHD. Oh yeah. So when your favorite person turns into your life lesson, just know that it is hard. And the only thing that's going to make it better is if you keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And there's this deep connection and you guys have roots, you built roots together but like we were explaining earlier, it's that person back then years ago. It's not the person now.
Exactly. And that's why it hurts so much. You're like, why can't I get over this person?
Yeah.
Because you're hanging on to the person that you fell in love with or the person that you became best friends with or your favorite colleague at work or whatever the case may be, or even a family member, right? It's because you're fixated on that person and those times. Yeah.
And those were good times. And you did have a great relationship with them at the end. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
And honor those. Honor them, think about them, and like, those reminisce about them. Those are good memories. Yeah. But that's not what the situation is right now. Okay, so that's where the hardship comes in, is when you're like, why can't I get this person out of my head? And that's why, because you're hanging on to the old person and the old good times. Okay, all right. I think we have time for two more.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next one says, don't continue to love someone so much that you try to fix them while they're concurrently breaking you.
Oh shit. Yeah. She read this to me earlier today when we were going over this, and the first thing I thought of was you have to actually go through that first. You have to experience that first, maybe more than once or twice before you actually see it for what it is, and that part sucks.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Are you talking about going through it more than once in the same relationship?
Yeah.
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 So what that means is, and listen, us women, we have something that men are not born with most of the time. It's called empathy.
Sure.
Right? And so we don't like to give up on people. We like to give people grace. We like to give them space. We like to give them chances. And while you're doing that, and if you're thinking, we just have this innate feeling or like a necessity to fix people or fix things. Like me, I can honestly say I'm a fixer. I'm the cleaner of this family. If shit goes south, I know a guy. We'll fix it. We'll clean it up. It'll be fine. When I cannot fix it, which has only been one time in my whole life in this family, that was devastating for me. Yeah. It was fucking devastating for me, right? You cannot fix people who don't want to be fixed or who are kind of unfixable. Yeah. Right? And you don't deserve that. Because the longer you stay in a relationship, whatever kind of relationship it is, it could be a parent. Yeah. It could be a sibling, whatever relationship that you're in, and you're trying to fix that person, and meanwhile leave your own needs to the wayside, never going to work.
No, because at the same time you're trying to fix, it's taken away from you.
Yeah, and you're breaking yourself, right? They're breaking you. They're breaking your spirit. They're breaking your soul, your confidence, everything. They're literally snuffing out your light. Yeah. And then what? You're going to let them do that for how many years? Yeah. And then just to say, I can't be with you anymore. What the fuck? And now you're like, what did I do? Yeah. Then you go through the other stage of, I fucking hate you. How dare you do that to me?
Well, you're fucking broken.
Right?
How do you get out of it? You don't know what to do. You don't even know who you are anymore.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Yeah. You don't even know what's happening.
Yeah.
You love them so much, and you're trying to fix them. You're trying to help them, and you're giving them money, and you're doing this and that, whatever. Yeah. You're, fucking up your friendship set and your family at home. And meanwhile, this person has no intention of changing. No. None. And what we know is this: time is not a renewable resource. Once it's gone, it's gone. Right? Like, it's gone. And you're never going to get that time back. So why the fuck would you waste all that precious time with someone who has no intention of giving you what you want or changing? Yeah,
and that's why I was saying right at the beginning of this hearing this quote is it's unfortunate, but you have to go through it once or twice to really see it. Maybe even 3 times, man. Sheesh.
Well, it's not even like once, twice, or thrice. It's like the whole time you're in that relationship. That's why I asked you to clarify. Is it like you're talking about different relationships? Sometimes.
Sure.
Sometimes you have a type. You find the broken people so you can fix them, because that just tells me you need to work on yourself. Maybe something's not working in that regard, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the case.
Yeah, I'm just saying, to see this or understand it, you have to go through it, right? Does that make sense? So, and it sucks to go through it, but you're gonna have to go through it probably once or twice before you actually realize it's a bad thing, and then you want to cut it off. Does that make sense?
No. Are you talking about once or twice in the same relationship?
Yes.
Well, then that's not a thing. It's the whole time it's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's continuously happening. You got into this relationship.
I see.
And this person says, hey, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a drug addict, I'm this, whatever the case, I'm a gambler, whatever.
Yeah.
You get into this relationship and you're like, it's okay, because no one gave me a chance. I'm going to give you a chance, and I'm going to try and fix you. It's never going to fucking work, dude.
I think what I'm trying to say is, not once or not numerous times, but you have to go through.
You just have to go through this in order to understand it.
Yeah. I don't know why I said once, twice. I don't know why. I don't know.
You ran around the block to go next door. I don't know what you're doing over there. All right. We got one more.
Maybe realization. Maybe you have realization like a little bit through and go, and then they say, "Oh, it's okay. We'll fix it." And then you go,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
And then you move on. Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
some of that.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what you were talking about.
Whatever. Move on.
Okay. Actually, let's just do one more. This one's really good. Stop accepting apologies not accompanied by changed behavior.
Oh, yeah.
You ever have someone that treats you like shit, and then they're like, oh, I'm really sorry. I saw the error of my ways. And then they're good for another week or 2 weeks, maybe even a month. And then they do the same shit over again, but in a different font. You guys know anybody like that?
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced that yourself?
Plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in our house, when you've done something wrong, you say sorry to that person and mean it, right? So if Drew was mean to Dason, I'm like, say sorry and mean it, okay? And not like, I'm sorry. We're talking about when they're little, right?
Yeah.
Nope, I don't like that tone.
Sure.
Try again,
Yeah.
And then, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I like that one. Now give her a hug and a kiss, right? Because in our house, sorry means I'm never going to do it again. If someone goes, I apologize that you felt that way, right? If anyone says, I apologize to me, I go, try again. Because I am apologizing just means I'm just saying it so you can shut the fuck up. And we can move on.
They don't mean it.
They don't mean it.
No.
And they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Right?
They don't
and then
care.
even if they say sorry, okay, it means you're never going to do it again. But if they do it again, then that was really an apology, not a sorry. Right? So stop accepting those apologies from people who don't mean it, because they don't change their behavior. Like we used to fight about, like, if I would say something to him and he'd get defensive and then we'd fight, whatever. And when we were in Vegas, when I told you how I felt, how that made me feel, and I'm like, I didn't say that, and this is this, whatever. Then you saw the error of your ways. You said sorry. We're cool, really quick, and that's it. And you know why I accept it? Because I know you won't do it again. Right?
Right.
So I'm not talking about something like that. I'm talking about people who always hurt your feelings, who leave you out, forget to call you and invite you to the club or whatever, and they're out dancing with someone else. I don't know, whatever the case may be.
Sure.
Right? Those are not your friends. Those are not your loved ones. Those are the people you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
Stop accepting apologies that are not accompanied by changed behavior.
Exactly.
If you don't, now, will people change overnight? No. Right? But if they're more willing to, I saw myself going down that route again. I'm really sorry. I'm like, whatever. And you can see active changes, even baby steps, that still counts. Yeah. But when they just blatantly, whatever, and it doesn't change, but they keep saying sorry. And the funny thing is, some people like you, if I say sorry, you immediately, you're like, oh, everything's fine. You say sorry to me, and I'm like, hold on. I'm still mad. Hold that flop. I'm still mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just like my personality.
Yeah.
But when people like you, and if someone's telling you sorry, you immediately, oh, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
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 But if I was an awful person,
Sure.
you would still do that.
I would.
And I would still manipulate you and I would still take advantage of you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's people like that out there.
Yeah. So get rid of those people. So they don't
Ditch them. Beat it.
Unfortunately, I've been a victim numerous times.
Not from me. Not from me.
No.
But anyway, I hope this helps you guys.
Yeah.
You know, just these quotes are like, they are literally like real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we can relate to him so much.
So much. And we have
Yeah.
so many more, but we're out of time.
Yeah.
But we love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 11. Keep the comments coming. And for those of you who keep asking if we have a PO box, we used to, but then it was just a whole thing. So we had to close it down because of the company that we were with our PO box. And I just haven't gotten another one. So, but thank you guys so much for joining us. And who knows, we might do a part 2 of these. We'll see if there's a need in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to go into our next topic that we already picked. So thank you guys again. We love you so much. And we'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye. Oh, they're fine. They're just people who are walking by in front of the house. Oh, okay. Jesus. Like blowing up in my ear. It's not sorry.
What's that beeping?
It's me. I'm sending myself stuff.
Everything's rolling. Should I stop it?
No, I'm good. Okay. There's more, but I'm just going to do a few.